You think the 1950s were boring? Black and white TVs, slow music, people in funny hats? Think again. Because in 1951, humans figured out how to destroy the entire planet, and at the same time, taught a machine to sing a nursery rhyme. Yeah, this wasn't a simple year. This was the year the future quietly began. I'm Professor Chronicles, and today we're not flipping through dusty textbooks. We're opening a classified time capsule. Inside it are secrets from 1951 that secretly built the modern world you're living in right now. And trust me, most of these, your school never told you. Hidden story number 1, the woman who defeated death. In 1951, inside a hospital in Baltimore, scientists discovered something impossible: human cells that refused to die. They kept dividing again and again and again. No matter what scientists did, they survived. They called them HeLa cells. But here's what makes this story powerful and uncomfortable. Those cells belonged to a woman named Henrietta Lacks. She was never asked. She never gave permission. And she never knew that her cells would change the future forever. Today, those same cells have been used to develop vaccines, fight cancer, study viruses, and even travel to space. Yes, parts of her left Earth before most humans ever could. She died in 1951, but her cells? They are still alive, right now, in laboratories across the world, saving lives every single day. But while science was busy cheating death, something else was waking up. Hidden story number 2, the birth of intelligent machines. This massive machine was called the UNIVAC 1. It filled entire rooms, made loud noises, generated heat, and had less power than the phone in your pocket. But across the ocean, a man named Alan Turing had a different vision. He wasn't interested in just calculations. He wanted machines to think, to create, to behave, almost like humans. So he did something strange. He programmed a machine to sing. And what came out was rough, glitchy, almost unrecognizable. But it was real. The first step toward artificial intelligence, toward the world of Spotify playlists, AI voices, and machines that understand you. In 1951, the future of AI quietly took its first breath. Hidden story number 3, World War II finally ends. Wait, didn't that happen in 1945? Not exactly. The bombs stopped, but peace took years. In 1951, 48 nations gathered in San Francisco to sign a treaty with Japan. This moment officially ended the war. Japan went from occupied to independent, from destroyed to determined, and over the next few decades, that same nation would rise again as one of the most powerful economies in the world. This wasn't just the end of a war, it was the beginning of a comeback story. Hidden story number 4, a new nation finding its identity, India. After centuries of colonial rule, it was finally free. But freedom is just the beginning. Under Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, India launched its first 5-year plan, a bold blueprint to build industries, improve agriculture, and lift millions out of poverty. But India didn't stop there. In 1951, New Delhi hosted the first ever Asian Games. Athletes from across Asia came together, not just to compete, but to send a message. India was ready. A sleeping giant was finally awake. Hidden story number 5, the world gets connected. In 1951, the United States witnessed its first coast-to-coast live television broadcast. Before this, if you wanted to watch a show, it had to be recorded, packaged, and physically shipped across the country. Imagine waiting days just to watch something. Now, everything is instant. That moment was the birth of real-time media, the ancestor of live streams, video calls, and your daily scrolling. But while the world connected, another force was quietly growing. In Idaho, scientists built the first nuclear power reactor. It powered just 4 light bulbs. Doesn't sound impressive, but that tiny spark marked the beginning of the nuclear age, a future of massive energy, incredible power, and global tension. Hidden story number 6. High in the Himalayas, far from the spotlight, history was shifting. China and Tibet signed the 17-point agreement. On paper, it promised peace. But in reality, it changed control. Borders shifted, power moved, and a quiet region became a global concern. The effects of that decision are still shaping politics today. Proof that sometimes the biggest changes happen in silence. So there you have it, a single year where humans chased immortality, machines found their voice, nations rebuilt themselves, and the world quietly transformed. This wasn't just history, this was a blueprint for your world. Now tell me, which of these shocked you the most? And be honest, how many of these did your school never teach you? Subscribe to Professor Chronicles, because the past is never really gone. It's just waiting to be discovered. See you in the next hidden year.